Hello, I'm Lee Fisher, broker of L.A. Fisher Real Estate Investment Company, the right turn for real estate success. Today I'm sitting here with Joe Haglund from Kansas State Bank, located right here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And today I want to talk about investment properties and also secondary housing.
Sure.
What kind of loan packages do you have? What kind of downs are needed?
Sure.
What can somebody expect?
So investments are going to be a little bit more restrictive than a second home.
Okay.
So generally, investment properties looking for 25% down, and that'll get you the best rates. And you can do, fixed rates, adjustable rates, depending on what works best.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is we do have the ability to lend for investors with up to 10 finance properties, which is pretty unique. A lot of lenders cap out at 4. We can do up to 10 with some different requirements and underwriting guidelines. You can get up to 10 actual finance mortgages, which works out well. Second home is going to be a little bit more flexible. You can do 20% down, and whether it's a condominium, single family, whatever it may be. And rates on a second home are actually almost identical to a primary residence. So you're going to get a very competitive rate. Investments are a little bit riskier loans, so you get a slightly higher rate on an investment as opposed to a primary or secondary home.
Is there something in particular that, let's just say I'm a first-time investor.
Okay.
What kind of path should I be looking for? I feel like as if I might be able to swing it. I'm looking at a property, there's not a tenant identified for it yet or anything like this.
Okay.
What would you recommend as far as being able to fill out whether if this is a good time for me to be an investor?
Sure. So a couple things. As a first-time investor, you're going to have to be able to carry your current debt load. So if you have a current mortgage, taxes, insurance, if you have any auto loans, any minimum payments on credit cards or anything like that, and you're also going to have to be able to carry the potential payment for that new property. So whatever that is, you'd have to be able to cover that under your current income.
Okay.
And then you'd have to have ultimately enough money to close, and they want to have 6 months worth of reserves. So just for whatever that payment is, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, at least 6 months of reserves after closing on an investment.
And we'll fast forward just a little bit. Let's just say that I've purchased 3 properties over time. And I've got 3. Each one has a tenant. I'm looking at a 4th. How does the income from the units that I have rented out, how's that factored in? Let's just say I've got one where I've got a tenant, there's a lease in there for another 6 months, the other 2 have longer terms, whatever. How do you guys view that as far as income and how everything's affected with my loan application?
It all comes down to what's reported on the tax returns. And it's all looked at past and present as well. So they're going to look at the past 2 years, if you've had those properties, if you claim them on a Schedule E, and then ultimately what the income is after expenses. So they will look at whatever the bottom line is after you pay your expenses, if it's making money or losing money, to help offset the mortgage payment.
Okay. And then as far as for a secondary home, then it's kind of with that, then the timing is just about making sure that they've got the income to be able to pay it, and
Exactly.
they're going to look at things.
So second home, they're just going to look at your current situation, and then they're going to add that payment in, and as long as you can cover the combined payments, that's really what they'll look to qualify. You'd have to have funds to close and anything else, but they're not going to have any reserves or anything like that. The higher one's like an investment.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. If anybody has any questions about loans, investing, or secondary, give Joe a call. What's your contact information, Joe?
Sure. It's Joe Haglund at KS State Bank. Direct number here is 480-308-0872, and my email is jhaglund@ksstatebank.com.
And I'm Lee Fisher. I'm the broker of L.A. Fisher Real Estate Investment Company. My phone number is 480-390-8118. My website is lafisher.com. That's LAFISHER. Thank you so much.